Atrevidas.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome to your Amigas Podcast. So we're really excited because today vamos a hablar de un tema that's super fun. Are you excited? Because I am. So cosas that you never or we never thought that we would do. Things that you're just like, yeah, no, me could never be me, but somehow you still end up in that situation and you're just like, ¿Cómo llegué aquí? How did I get here? I said I would never do this, but here we are.
So between the two of us, we've done a lot. There's a combination of marathon runnings, traveling, Burning Man, solo trips across the world, moving across the country, joining pilgrimages and hiking for 50 miles, lo que tú quieras. So get your cafecito, get your snack, tus palomitas, whatever you need, so that you can join us. And yeah. Woo! Okay, so we're gonna get started with Denise.
So, never have I ever thought that I would end up solo traveling. In general, it's been on my bucket list for the longest time. I'm really big on bucket lists. Quiero hacer todo. But I ended up solo traveling last year. It was 2024.
Yes, last year.
Yeah, 2024.
Wait, was it last year?
En abril.
Oh, yes.
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 I've traveled a lot. I've been to like more than like 16 countries.
With friends and family.
Friends.
16 countries. Classic.
And I have never traveled solo.
Yeah.
And this wasn't planned. My college best friend and I had planned it because it's always been like, yeah, we really want to do Thailand, nosotras juntas y todo eso. And a few weeks, I want to say it was a few weeks, before our trip in April, she ends up telling me that she's pregnant and that she's not going. And I was like, oh, well, we're pregnant.
Yeah.
We're like 30s. And I was like, oh my God, what's your mom going to say, right?
She can be okay with it.
Oh my God, dude.
Friend is married.
Yeah, she's married. She has her baby and everything. I'm the Nina. And again, super happy for her. But deep down, I was like, well, what do you mean what do you mean you're not going?
Yeah. The way I would have just been like, oh, well, so we're not going.
Yeah. But I was like, no. It was a 3-week trip. We had everything paid for. And we had multiple destinations because it was really a trip. And I was just like, all right, fuck it. I'm doing it. Because I had even told Marilyn, but it was already, like, it was too late for any of my friends to come with me. And then at that time we were working together, so it's no way two managers were going to be able to take the same amount of time off. Juntas.
But it was just crazy. Like, when I realized that you were there by yourself, I'm like, this bitch is crazy, 1. And 2, if anybody's going to do it and do it right, it's Denise. So it was just like, I'm like, this shit, she's built for this. Like, a darle.
Yeah. So I went again. I have a very fucking mentality. I'm like, you know what, chingue su madre, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
The worst thing that could happen is I don't fucking know. You're not going right now.
Se fue.
Hey, me fui.
Yeah.
And first stop, I had a layover in South Korea. So then I get out of the airport. I go and explore todo. Different currency, and then I stayed different language. Stayed there for a few hours, then went back, and then ultimately went to my first stop in Patong. But yeah, at that time I was going through kind of like a heartache and everything, a breakup. And I didn't really want to go, but I just felt like life y todo, you know, like el universo se like puso ahí, and they're just like, you've always wanted to do this. Yes, your friend ended up not being able to go with you. You're also, you know, really sad and menos like ganas de ir. So I cried on this trip. I went through a lot of, you know, just like self-reflection. I met a lot of friends. And that I still have, you know, friendships with ahorita.
International friends.
I learned a lot. I was really grateful, and I would do it all over again if I could.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah. But it was so much fun. Okay,
And,
like learning
yeah.
about yourself when you're like
Yeah.
solo traveling or just being solo. Go out, take yourself on some like solo dates. I mean, you'll start like thinking more like, oh, this
Yeah.
is this, and you become more reflective.
And it's like, what's crazy is that you met other Latinos.
yeah.
So that was amazing because I'm just like, I wouldn't know what the fuck to do, where to go, who to talk to, cómo hacerle. I would be so scared. And you did it. You met friends that, you know, we still have today that I, you know, got to meet.
Yeah.
And now they're my friends.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. Like, if somebody's going to do it, it's going to be you. And I'm just like, my hat's off to you, girl, because yo sola no quiero ir. And then Denise doesn't eat seafood. So for her to be all up in the Thailands with no seafood is crazy to me.
So
but
what do you eat?
pollo.
I like pollo chicken, gallina I like noodles. I like rice.
The rice.
And
Pad
yeah, tenían like bistec y todo eso, you know, like the the one that was tough when I went to Japan, I see that one was tough because you know Japan's known for
The sushi.
like their sushi and stuff, and I'm over here just
like,
eating
fuck that
chicken.
shit,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I wish I could try it. I don't like it.
lápiz, pencil, y pluma, pen.
No, but yeah, it was the highlight. Something I never thought that I would do. I would do it over again.
Yeah.
And if you do ever get the opportunity, I mean, you're not always going to be ready to do something.
Yeah.
Solo cuando se alinea and it's your time. Don't think about it too much and just say fuck it.
Yeah, and hopefully you can go back with your bestie. I'll watch the baby, who's fucking gorgeous, by the
my
way.
little baby.
Obsessed. But yes,
But Marilyn loves babies.
I do.
Okay.
Okay. My turn. Okay, this one's a big one because never in my life would this have ever been on my bucket list, right? Like we were talking about bucket list. Like, esto nunca jamás hubiese estado en mi bucket list. Burning Man. Bitch, who?
Yeah.
Burning who? Like,
Yeah.
I learned
Burning
about,
who?
Yeah.
Who's burning?
Who the fuck is the man that's burning? Who they finna burn? So I learned about Burning Man like back in, I don't know, maybe 2018. And then I heard about it again and I just didn't understand what it was. I was kind of like, you know, it's just a bunch of like gente loca que van and they get naked and they have sex and they do drugs and they party and like they're rich people y la chingada. And it was just, nunca me llamó la atención. And then the opportunity came up to go with a group, like with my partner and a group, and we were specifically going to volunteer to work at the airport because Burning Man has a fucking airport. There is an airport, Burner Express,
Oh,
and so they
what?
charter flights, and there's also like commercial flights that fly in, and like, I mean, you know, it's expensive. It's like $900 for a round trip. And, you know, people fly in, people drive in, you have to wait 57 hours in line to get in. But because we were going as staff for the airport, we bypassed the line and we have the employee entrance. We got the free ticket to get in. We got the free like campsite, so we didn't have to pay for that. We slept in a Sprinter van.
Yeah.
My man's like built a whole ass structure that like protected us from the elements. I was so proud of him and so impressed. I was just like, my man built me this shelter. Yeah, we protected because my man built it. But
Pero
I
no
mean,
quería ir al principio.
no quería ir, güey.
Literally.
I was like suffering. I was like, ¿quién chingados me manda a ir a hacer esto? Yo no quiero. Esto no es lo mío. And then like, you know, here I am like adding a bunch of outfits to cart. And then, you know, Denise helped me like piece together the outfits and she packed all my shit for me and like labeled all of the bags and the outfits and everything. And, you know, by the time we got there, like the weather was shit. You know, we weren't able to go out for the first few nights. And then, you know, and I was just like, I was so upset. I was just like, why am I here? I gotta shit in porta potties. Like, this is nasty. I don't want to do this. I'm dusty. Mind you, we had porta potties at the airport, so there wasn't a lot of people using them. So they were very clean.
Oh, nice.
And then one of the airport members, like his gift to the playa was he tricked out a porta potty. And he like decorated it, and it was so beautiful and so peaceful and so calming. He would clean it twice a day.
Wow.
And so twice a day he would clean it. And so I was up in there taking all my shits, doing all my business in that porta potty.
Crossing her legs, you know.
Yeah.
Remember how from the
Yes.
last episode.
Did you have a little one?
for a successful bowel movement. I had really successful bowel movement.
Good.
So the intestine was working. And just like, you know, at first I was like so overwhelmed by all of it. And I was just like, yo no sé cómo esta gente are waiting in these 50,000 hour lines to get in. And they're so happy to do it. And I'm like, why? What the fuck is, like, what is here that they're just like so gung-ho about? And then finally once the weather got better and we were able to go out more and I was able to see, then it just clicked and like I understood and I was just like, oh, this is what the fuck it is. Mm-hmm. And it's not perdición. Yeah. There is gente encuerada. There is people doing drugs.
But we see that in San Francisco all the time too, so it's
see
fine.
That everywhere. Like you go to Vegas and there's pura perdición. But no, Vegas is more than just perdición. There's something for everyone to do everywhere. So at Burning Man, there's something for people who are sober. There's something for people who, you know, who want to make connections, for single people, for couples, for groups, for learning, for all of the things. And it was just wild. I mean, like, especially the art installations, which I think is like the purpose. Like Burning Man started in San Francisco at Baker Beach, believe it or not. I had no idea until I got there. But like these massive ass art installations that people create just to bring it to the fucking desert so that we can all appreciate it. And then like the man and the burn and the temple and the burn y la chingada. And it was just crazy, and it like altered my brain chemistry forever. I don't know if I'll go back. It's too soon to say. I'm still tired. Now all of my friends are like, I want to go, but they want to go, like they want my man to take them, and they want my man to build the shelter, and I'm like, nah, man, like, you know,
we're not in a raw dog.
He's like, he's gone 4 different times, so he knows what to expect, and he's like, well
prepared.
Él
puede hacer como un grupo y todos le pagamos, o sea, le damos. Güey, sería bien.
What you think, Zay? We should do that? We should make some money? What you think?
Yeah,
I might be down, but.
You guys.
But I don't know. I mean,
I just want to say I'm really proud of you. You know how I said that I'm more of a fucking mentality? I don't think I give myself enough time to like think about all the things that could go wrong. Y yo sí lo hago. Bueno, de una chingada madre.
You agree to scary things or uncommon things before you're able to like trick yourself out.
Well, Marilyn is more of just ¿cómo crees? And let me think about it, and it scares her, and she wants it safe.
Yeah, I was so anxious there while I was there, like the whole time. It was just, I was so anxious, I was so scared, and my man just took care of me. He was so patient, he was so loving. The people, the experience, like all of it. So if you're gonna do it, do it. You know, and if you want to do it, definitely do it with a group. But yeah, if that's your thing, and even if it's not your thing, because it wasn't my thing, but do it.
Yeah, right?
I'm a burner now.
Just do it. Just do whatever scares you a little bit, and you'll have fun. And then hazlo todo por la anécdota.
Do it for the plot, bitch. Do it for the plot, amiguis. Do it.
And I think the nice thing about like knowing each other for all of these years, en ese momento cuando ella le estaba dando ansiedad, I felt like I already knew it, and I had to, as like the friend, I was like, let me help her buy something that she likes, which was the outfits. I'm like, all right, girl, well, like, let's concentrate on things that you want to wear, and then that makes it more exciting for her. So then she was like, oh, okay, now try this one on. A ver, déjame ver. Teníamos un desmadre en tu cuarto, but the fact that we were just like, and I started labeling, don't worry, yo hago esto, yo te ayudo en el otro.
And then she's were hella cute.
Yeah, they were.
And that's when I started getting excited.
And hella cute. That's what got her excited. I was like, perfecto. Y siento que eso es como lo bonito de nuestra relación. Nuestra
Insert
amistad.
my super cute outfits
here.
Yes.
But that was just nice.
That was my never would I have ever thought. But moving on to the next one.
Mine, I don't really talk about this, but when we were talking about, you should say this. So I ended up, I bought a property during the pandemic. How old was I? I was 26.
Mm-hmm.
And
where?
Across the country.
In the Midwest.
And I did that. Why? I don't fucking know. Dude, a lot of the things that I do, I don't know. I just did it.
Everybody I think has the dream to buy a property either for an investment or to live in it, right? Like eso, o sea, eso no es, it's not fuera de lo común. But all the way across the country,
okay,
in the
pero
wild,
también it was a lot cheaper than California.
Pues sí, pero o sea,
yo sola,
y para irte a vivir allá, güey, no manches.
Pues,
that's crazy.
One of the things that is still on my bucket list, I've always wanted to live anywhere outside of Mexico, because I've lived in Mexico and I've lived in the U.S. So I wanted to live in another country for at least, like, we're like 6 months.
Amigas.
Yeah, so I thought of just going across the U.S. because I was like, pues es un lugar nuevo, no conozco, está like it's cheaper. So it was very much like I just want to go somewhere new. I want something different. And I think also just because of the pandemic, I was like, I just want to get the fuck up out of here. I want to do something.
Yeah.
And again, during the pandemic, we couldn't go nowhere. I
it
no
was
estaba
remote
gastando dinero. I was saving. I was like, what am I going to do with all this money that I'm saving? I can't go out or spend it. So then I started doing my research on just investments, and I ended up buying the property because fuck it. I mean, why not?
Yeah. And then you road tripped it.
And then I road
With your
tripped it
dog.
with Micah, baby. My dog's name's Micah. He's my
Insert
child.
photo of fine ass Micah.
Yeah,
He's
honestly,
a handsome ass dog.
My dog's hella handsome.
He's
So
not
parece
looking
su
for a
mamá.
girlfriend, but if you have one for him, we might take applications.
Yeah, he's 9.
He still
now.
has his huevitos. Huh?
Yeah, he still has his huevitos. They're little, they're hidden, but they're still there. Okay, they work. They work. So I hope.
We're gonna have to edit that
Insert Micah's huevitos. No, I'm just kidding.
Huevos
Give the
estrellados.
man some privacy.
Okay.
Pobre animal.
out.
No tiene ni
Okay,
idea que
so-
estamos hablando de él.
His ears are ringing. So I ended up just packing up my stuff, and then I took my dog with me, and yeah, it was like a week long road trip all the way to the other side of the U.S.
To the wild place.
And then I ended up stopping at like Utah to see like the salt flats, and we have a really cute picture, and Mike is like loving me, and it just looks at me though like, oh, my mom. And
I think we all look at you like that.
Stop.
All the dogs in the world.
All the dogs.
All the dogs. Fuck.
I don't want those dogs. Yeah, no, we don't want
But
God.
we ended up going just to different states, and then just taking him out, and he really liked it. It was nice being and seeing all the seasons. I ended up just becoming my own like little Bob the Builder. So I was hella scared. Don't get me wrong. Like me fui sola. I was just a single dog mom.
Yeah.
Out over there, and I didn't have any family. I didn't know anything. All I knew was just like how to get the property. That's as far as my research had gone. And then I was finally with the property, and I was like, ¿y ahora qué hago? So I was like, okay, I gotta be here for a year. It's a duplex because I still have it. And so I was living in one and then renovate the other one. The other one was like fine, but I really needed to renovate the one that I was living in. So I ended up getting one of them rented out, and then the one that I was living in, I went full on like Bob the Builder. You know, I got my degree from YouTube University over there. Just
she's certified.
yeah, I could
Call her up for the rent.
for the drywall, okay, for the taking
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I
Bob
did the
the
drywall.
Builder.
I painted. I took out cabinets. Like I freaking like me trepaba, and I removed like the cabinets, and then I installed the cabinets.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
That's another thing I'll pay somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Júralo, mi papá estaba como que, why don't you just pay somebody? I was like, because I put all of my monies into this. I don't think this hard.
I don't have no more.
What do you want me to do?
Yeah, and Dad's in California. He can't come help you.
Yeah. So I had
Shit.
to do it by myself. So me tomó como todo ese un año, but you know, I did it. I feel very proud of myself because in a lot of those moments, I was just freaking out. And I didn't know what I was doing, but you know, animo. And then, you know, I feel like I'm very, like, I'll have those moments where I'm just like, puta madre, no puedo, no sé qué hacer, I don't know what I'm doing, and I'll freak out and I'll cry.
Yes, more crying.
And more crying. I cry a lot.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and then the next day I'm like, well, I gotta continue. So
wasn't
here we
so
go.
bad, yeah.
So then that was just a nice thing. I got to spend a lot of time with like myself. I wasn't technically by myself because I had Micah, so that really helped. And then there was snow, and just seeing Micah, because we also see the picture of Micah, but him being in his element and just the snow was the cutest thing for me. And then eventually I ended up going out and meeting friends, so I was just very grateful for that. I was just basically dating myself, making friends, and you know, concentrated and loved on the property.
Hell
I had a good time. It was fun.
Yeah. And now,
Where is it?
is it still there?
Yeah, I still have it. It's being rented.
She's a landlady.
Yeah.
and I have a property management company, and it's good.
That shit is so adult-like of you.
Yeah, I guess I'm an adult. Sometimes I feel like I'm not an adult, but I'm like, I guess I am an adult. I'm just a baby, okay? But yeah, I'm like, but I don't know what
That's
I'm doing.
very impressive, dude. Like,
I think I downplayed like myself on that. I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't really talk about it.
I'm just like, that's a big deal. I don't think a lot of people would do that. And like, a lot of us who are homeowners, like we have it locally.
Yeah, because Marilyn's also a homeowner.
Yeah.
También tenía un chingo de miedo.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but she
mine
did
is
that.
local, like it's here.
But she still did that.
Yeah. But yes, I'm also a homeowner, but I did all of this locally, so if anything comes up, like I'm here, and it's not like I was not about to go no motherfucking across the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually I was like,
And all of my amigas who are also homeowners, they're here.
Yeah.
We all live here. But, you went and you lived all the way over there. You didn't just buy it like on a whim and like rented it out on a whim. Like you actually lived there. You actually did that shit. Like that could be lonely. That could be hard. And it was.
Yeah.
Pero lo superaste.
and I still did it. Yeah,
And you can too, amiga.
Yeah.
You
You
just
can
set
do
your mind to
anything.
it. Yeah, I set your mind to it.
Exactly.
You just need some money.
And that too, yeah. That
Ahorren un poquito de dinero, ¿va? Traten.
Yeah.
Yo les ayudo si quieren.
Yeah. We can have a little workshop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let us know what
Leave
y'all
a
want.
comment,
Whatever you
amigues.
need,
Yeah.
whatever you want. We can definitely, put it
Yeah.
I'll put it in the chat.
We'll put it in the chat.
Put it in the comments, and we can bring people and
Yeah.
to come and talk about things like that.
Or
That's
share your
wanna hear.
experience if you had something similar.
Please.
Yeah. Okay, I wanted to know. Can I hear it? Okay. So another thing that I wouldn't have thought that I would do, but then once I, reached a certain point in my life, I was like, you know what? I want to do that. It's this, it's what's called La Ruta del Peregrino. So it's a religious pilgrimage, and it happens in my town, in the state of Jalisco. And you can do it at any time of the year, but it is bigger during the season of Cuaresma. It's Lent. It's a Lent. It's a 40-day period in the Catholic Church. So during this season, people walk from a town called Ameca, Jalisco, and they walk all the way to Talpa de Allende, Jalisco. And that is maybe an hour and 45-minute drive from Ameca to Talpa, and then from my hometown, of Mixtlan, which is in the middle of those two towns, it's about an hour and 15-minute drive. About 40 miles driving, but because we walk in the cerro, like we're not walking on the carretera, we're walking in the cerro, it was like a 50-mile walk. And it took us 22 hours to walk. We split it into 2 days. So we left Mixtlan at 5 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday before Palm Sunday. And we arrived at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Palm Sunday. And the ruta is with the purpose of going to visit La Virgen del Rosario de Talpa. And a lot of people have a lot of faith in her, a lot of love for her. But a lot of people, they go because they have like a manda, like a promise to fulfill.
Yeah.
Or like to go give thanks for something that they like requested of the Virgen, and she like helped intercede, and whatever their milagro came true. And so I didn't have a manda. I was going more for gratitude. It was my year 33. I just felt like so much gratitude for this able body that I have. And I was like, if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it now. And I went by myself. I joined a group. It was like a 30-person group.
Do you do things solo too?
I joined this 30-person group of experienced peregrinos of all ages. There was kids and there was ancianos almost. And we had 2 cars that carried all of our shit, like our tent, our blankies, our bags. And then we walked to like a tienda that had like a patio where we pitched our tent and we slept there. It was 60 pesos to use the space to pitch your tent and to use the showers in the bathroom. So that's $3, give or take. And the next morning, you know, so like we left at 5 a.m. on a Saturday. We arrived at 7 p.m. that Saturday, and then rested all night, and then was up again at 5 a.m., left at 6 a.m., and then made it to Talpa at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So I was tired, but I promised myself that I wouldn't complain, and that any pain, any suffering, any aches, any tiredness that I had, and mind you, this is in April, it's really hot during that time. I said that any of my sufferings, I would offer it to God, because he suffered so much more in his, you know, in his passion and in the Calvary, to be crucified for me, essentially. And so, you know, it's like más, you know, sufrió la Virgen por ver a su hijo morir than what anything I could be feeling right now. So I very much used it for that. And then I did offer it for some people in my life that are sick. And so I just had them at, you know, the front of mind. And it was just such a beautiful experience. And like there is like little puestos along the road, like selling stuff, and people giving stuff away, like agua, chilaquiles, fruta, you know, to the peregrinos. There's old people walking, there's kids walking, like, you know, we were
Marilyn's walking.
Like we walked across rios, arroyos. I scaled freaking mountains. And like, you know, I can insert pictures and videos, but it was so cool. It was so like rewarding, and I always saw this going to, you know, to my pueblo when I would visit, and, you know, and it finally happened. And now, like, you know, other family members, they're like, well, I want to go. And I'm like, let's freaking go. And at first I was just like, this is a one and done. And I would only like go back if like my brother wanted to do it or something. But now I'm just kind of like, I might go back. Like, you know, and like, you know.
Just like Burning Man.
Not yet. Okay, yeah, I know. No, I don't know about Burning Man yet. That's too soon. But the Ruta del Peregrino, I definitely might.
4 meses.
I know. I might.
Let's plan the outfits.
I know, right?
That's what I get. That's the shit you got me.
Yeah, it's like, that's like two different extremes. Like, La Ruta del Peregrino is like a religious pilgrimage, and then you have Burning Man, which is like,
translates
you know,
to the pilgrimage route.
Yes, the route of the pilgrim, right? And then you have Burning Man, which is like, you know, a lot of people consider it like a, you know, like a satanic thing, but we rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But it wasn't that, you know, I didn't.
It's art.
Yeah, it's art, it's expression, it's, you know, inclusivity, it's, you know, this, I was like, you know, I had a group, there was 3 of us that like stuck together the whole time. Shout out to my posse.
Un saludo para mis peregrinos.
Yeah, and so and it's like with these people that I didn't know before, and it's like now we have this like this vínculo.
Tenemos un chat por WhatsApp. Nos mandamos stickers.
Yeah, like, you know, interested in something like that, I would definitely say La Ruta del Peregrino in Jalisco, Mexico is one to do.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy, and I mean, I thugged it out, and I was like,
Thank you, Lord, for this body that could walk.
and then once I got to, you know, the Basilica and the, you know, to see the Virgen, I mean, I just started sobbing.
Well, yeah.
You know, and it was
todo
just
es
so
como
impactful.
It's very, going through that whole like journey sola, conociendo la experiencia y todo, y también estás mucho contigo misma, and then you finally get to that end point.
Yeah.
Like, I think when our next thing is,
which brings us to the next part. Oh, Lord.
which I think when we finish, do you think we'd cry? I'd probably cry.
I might cry.
I'd probably cry just
With gratitude and
yeah,
pain.
exactly.
I'll
That's
cry
what
for
it
you
is.
guys.
Yeah.
Well, Mari's also done
Mari's
half
done one
marathon,
Yeah.
which that's badass. So we took notes, if anything.
The biggest thing that sort of is a shared experience, I think, between the 3 of us.
Yeah.
Is running and a half marathon.
Yeah, which again, we never thought.
Okay, so yeah, I've always been one to say, these knees were not made for running. These knees were made for twerking, and that's just what they'll do. So
and now they do both.
These knees will twerk all over you. Oh, Daisy. But then, no, like I would always be like, Si es el elotero o el paletero, I'll run.
Yeah,
Or if
I
I'm getting
see.
chased by a bear, I'll run. But I was never one
Yeah.
to just be fucking running for shits and giggles.
Yeah, I'm
and
like,
for
who
wellness.
wants to run
Yeah.
for fun?
Yeah, so...
Like, because when we worked together in San Francisco, our old coworker, this
gosh.
this man would just
This is an
run
older gentleman.
all the time.
he was a marathon runner.
Yeah,
He was at the
and
Boston
would-
Marathon.
Marathon.
Yeah,
Like, y'all
¿Qué
fucking
necesidad?
crazy could never be me.
And here we are.
And here we are.
We signed up for a half marathon, but we started running. Well, it was because ibas a hacer la ruta, and then you started. No.
April. It was like April-ish.
So, like a year ago,
It was a year ago. It was a little over a year ago.
You were training.
My brother
Oh.
decided to sign us up for a 5K,
right.
like a local 5K. And I was like, no. And he was like, yeah, man, we could do it. And I'm like,
but I don't
I don't wanna. And he's like, bro, we could do it. And I'm just like, okay, like crazy way to want to bond, brother, but fine.
Just,
And so it was
So
like
eat.
3 weeks. It was 3 weeks out by the time that he told me that he had registered us. And I was just like, well, shit. I do Pilates and I hike and I dance, right? So that's as active as I get.
she does the twerking with the knees.
These knees twerk, so my knees are strong, but I don't run, and that's like super high impact. So
Yeah.
then I was like, well, shit, I have to start training for this 5K, which is 3.1 miles. And brother had like a time goal, so I was like, well, shoot, now I have to freaking like meet this time. And so then I was like, run with me, and she's like, okay.
Pero es que
So then we
siempre me
started
estaba
running.
quedando con ella because honestly, yo bien vaga. I was like,
Denise es gitana.
dude, I'll freaking go. You invite me, I'll go, I'll
Yeah.
stay. So I was staying over at Maryland's. Honestly, quite frequently. Yeah, tu mamá would bring us both breakfast.
I know. She was staying with me, like not like for an extended period of
Yeah,
time, but like
just stayed
like for
many
a few
weekends.
weekends. And then so she was there for like the first few times that I trained, and
Yeah.
like we just started training together. And at that time, I was also doing kickboxing, and one of the kickboxing coaches, she told me that the way to get started is to run, like set a timer, run for 30 seconds,
Yeah.
and then walk for 20. Y así until you're done. And so then that's how we started doing it. And then we were like running it in like 40 minutes, 35 minutes, and then when it finally came to race day with brother, we ran the 5K in 30 minutes. It's the fastest I've ever run, and that's been my personal best. And ever since then, like Denise kind of like stopped running, like we weren't running as much, but I continued running. And then, brother and I have done 4 more 5K races together. And so it's kind of like our thing, but then like I kind of just keep training for it because it's so funny. Like I went on a run earlier this morning with my bestie, and she doesn't run either. And so then I was like doing the intervals of how when I initially started, and I was telling her like when I first started and like to where I am now, my body like itches for a run, and it's freaking crazy. I would have never imagined that like ay, me muero de ganas de ir a correr. Like, ¿cómo? En mi vida hubiese imaginado. And now I'm like,
sorry.
yeah, and now I'm like at work, like just waiting for it to be like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock so I can log off and go fucking run. Like, bitch, what? Like, never have I
Who are
imagined.
you?
Yeah. And so then, time goes on, I'm still running, and then I like share with my coworkers who are also into fitness and run, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, like I recently ran 5 miles. It's the most I've ever ran. And they're like, sign up for the half marathon. And I'm like, bitch, you tripping. Sign up for the Golden Gate half marathon. Bitch, you extra tripping because there's hills in San Francisco.
Yeah.
And they forced me.
They put a gun to her head and
Yeah.
said, you gotta run this
They
marathon.
put a gun to my head, and then I was like, well, if I gotta do it, Denise gotta do it. And sure enough, she fucking signed up. Bitch, $160 later, here we are training for the Golden Gate Half Marathon. And this is not a flat terrain, bro. You're going from sea level to bridge level. It's like hilly. And I'm just like, fuck, man. And one of my homegirls who's ran a half marathon before, she was like, just train for like 10 miles, and then the last 5K, the last 3.1,
You do it at the 5K.
it'll just be pure adrenaline. And I'm just like, at this point in my training, I have hit 10 miles. So the most I ran to this day is 10 miles. And I just had no desire to run another 3.1. I was like, there's no fucking way that I'm going to do another 3.1, but I have no fucking choice. Because
the day of the marathon, you're going to get to 13 miles.
13.1.
No, I know. I'm telling you, you're going to get to 13 miles.
And
And
tell
you're
us
going to
how to
be
go.
like, you are never going to realize how long 0.1 is until you do that 0.1 at the end of the 13 miles.
Ahí nos agarramos de la mano.
Yep, exactly. Do it together. Yeah, it's gonna be great. But it's gonna be the longest 0.1, but it's gonna be the most rewarding when you cross that finish line. Like, especially when you see it, like you're gonna see it at a distance, and you're gonna be like,
Never again will I sign up for
exactly, because this bitch asked me to sign up, and I was like, oh, I did it once.
Yeah.
I was like, I did it once. I'm not gonna do it.
On how it goes. But people
Pray
are
for us.
You know,
I'll
people
follow
who
you
we've
guys with the
told,
Vaseline.
like our friends and family who we've told, they're like, oh my gosh, you gotta sign up for a full marathon.
No.
No.
Look at us. Look at us.
Hell no.
No.
Right?
Right? I saw it in your face.
Yeah, I was like, right? No, this is a no. Right? No, stop. No, don't look at me like that. Next.
No.
Anyways, well, me and my
Maybe,
delusion,
yeah.
porque también me dijiste, creo que, y la semana, no sé, me dijo un día, and then tuve esa semana, and I was like, you know what? I just moved. I want to get to know the area. Let me go out for a run. And then I started running, and I also hit the 5 miles, and I was like, ay, güey, 5 millas, esto es como casi a la mitad de un medio maratón. And I was like, I could do it. Fuck yeah. And so again, that's the delusion in me and the very overly motivated. I was like, yeah, I'll sign up with you. Chingue su madre, I'm gonna do it. Don't give myself enough time to think about it. I did it, and I was like, okay, a huevo, sí se puede.
You're so toxically optimistic, bro. Toxic optimism.
O sea, lloro, me quejo y todo, but I'm like, okay, you know,
I'm gonna do it
yeah,
anyway.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Sí, se puede llegar, I'll go. Yeah, bad. Anyways, I mean, so far it's been okay, you know. Sigo aquí.
I mean, I have no desire to run 26 miles, which is a full marathon. And I think that my favorite is 8 miles.
Yeah.
I want to do, at this point, like, I want to do all of the 10Ks that
Yeah,
I
I
can.
think
So
it's like
6.2.
15Ks.
Yeah, 6.2 miles is fun. I enjoy that. 8 miles, that's still a little bit fun. But fucking 10, bitch, it hurts. It hurts, and I don't want to do it.
I
Have
haven't
you
even
done the
hit the
thing
10.
on your toes, like
I haven't.
on your big toe after running for so long?
No. No, and that's the thing, like, you know, with the Ruta del Peregrino as well, like, and with running, I've made a really huge effort to try to be prepared and to not injure and hurt myself. So, like, with the Ruta, I had really good hiking shoes, I had really good insoles, and I had really good running socks. And during the first day and the second day, both of the days, I switched my socks out. And so with running, I have good running shoes, I have good insoles, and I have good running socks. Yeah. So my feet don't get sweaty. It's just like, I just get like,
Out of breath.
I'm just out of breath. But
Me
now,
desmayo.
but now it's like, hasta me pongo a tragar gels mid-run. Like, who the fuck?
Oh yeah, I got the vest, and then I'm like drinking the
Yeah,
water.
It
with
got to the point where I bought a running vest. Like,
Same.
it's, you know, I've got good socks, good
went-
foot assessment
Oh,
to see
wow.
what running shoes are productive for
For our
your
feet.
feet, because every body is different. So if you can, and yeah, and then you think that like running is free, because it is, right? But then you want a damn running vest, and then you want $150 running shoes, and then
And
you
then the
want
socks.
$20 running socks, and then
you want the gels.
you want the freaking gels that are like another, I don't know, $15, and then you
want
you're
the cute outfit.
You want the cute outfit because we out here looking like baddies, right? And then you sign up for all these damn races that are
also like
expensive.
$200,000.
Girl, bye. Running
Yeah.
is not a free hobby. It's expensive as shit. So yeah. But I mean, now it's like I did this 5K this morning with my bestie, and she's like looking at me like, "Bro, this is nothing to you, hon." I'm like,
A 5K is a warm up for me now.
Yeah, see, dude, and then also just the things that we've been posting. in our social media. So I was like,
Follow us on TikTok.
Yeah.
Don't follow me on IG because I'm private and I won't add you.
You can follow me on whatever, it's fine.
Yeah.
But
her business is all out there, not me.
But her business is out there, but we're doing a fucking podcast. Cállate.
Telling you all my shit.
Yeah. I did la ruta and I did this.
Maybe I'll add you, amiga.
And I got twerking knees. But I won't tell you nothing.
Yeah. Nah, man. Follow us on TikTok and you can see our running journey.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah.
that's it, folks.
Now I'm out here pulling all these hoes to come freaking run.
and we're like, okay.
Yeah, and they're like, damn,
I'm
bro.
still
If
like,
Marilyn
why
can do
Money's
it,
like, no.
anyone
I'll
can
support
do it.
It's a
Yeah.
sign.
Yeah.
Mine
So-
is keeping her nipples.
I say my nipples. They used to be pierced, so I
Yeah.
definitely
Oh,
want to
yeah.
make sure that they're no longer in any type of pain.
Yeah.
I don't mind chicks.
I know, I'm crazy.
We all a little
Amiga,
crazy.
put it in the comments if you have your nipples pierced.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Aw.
so anyways,
So if there's something you've been avoiding because you've like told yourself like, no, couldn't be me, que miedo, I'm scared, or
No
you're
quiero.
just, giving yourself, you're just
You're making up
doubting in your
excuses.
ability and making up excuses, because we make a lot of excuses, but yeah, you can still scroll through your phone. But yeah, do the things that you've always wanted to do. Do those things
Yeah.
that that scare you a little bit.
Yeah.
They make for great stories
they
like
do.
ours.
They do, and then we can make a podcast together about what you did.
Exactly.
So yeah, sign up for the race, book the flight, join the pilgrimage, buy the property,
Go to the orgy.
and go to the dusty ass Burning Man and be a dusty ass burner if that's
Heck yeah.
if that's what you want, right?
That's your
Yeah.
policy.
Yeah, you'll make new friends. Your future self is gonna be so proud of you
So
yourself, and you did that.
So proud.
Mhm.
You did that. You did that.
We did that.
I did that. We did that.
One of the,
Yes. No regrets.
Yeah.
No.
Not even a letter. All right.
not even.
Yeah. So do all of the things that scare you.
And excite you all at the same time.
Con amor.
Con mucho amor.
Exo.
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 Your
Your
amigas.
amigas.